Hey everyone, welcome to day 8 on how to build a profitable business with your ideas. Okay, so welcome, and I hope that you are having a good week so far. And if you're listening at this video later, hey, I hope you're having a good weekend, whatever's going on in your world. Now, we are going to prepare, and the reason why we're doing these videos, and we're on day 8 now, and we're doing these videos to help you to get that New Year's goal up and running. If you have any reserve about it, we want to go ahead and talk more about what you need to do, and we want to go and help you get there. Okay, so this is what this is the purpose of everything that I am sharing with you on starting a profitable business. I work with clients and I help them from the conception, from the birth, from the vision, from everything they want to do with their business. I help them to bring it into the marketplace and make money. And I meet with my clients one-on-one, but I'm getting ready in 2024 to do more courses and classes and training so where you can get in and help me get your stuff, your business together. So I don't want to do them one-on-one. If I do one-on-ones, they will be a VIP day. So that's what I will be doing, whether it be virtual, whether somebody meet with me, and we spend a whole entire day getting your business from concept. I've just been working on a couple of things with some of my private clients, like, they're getting their grants together for them on some funding that I'm getting ready to apply for them, rather. And then also some of my businesses that I've been working with one-on-one, they've been getting their credit together for their business. And then some of them I've been working with, especially building business credit for themselves in their business. And also, I don't know whether you saw the one that I posted the other day. I think it was Friday when I posted one for my client. We got approved because we've been working along for years with them having different things with their businesses. I think they have like 2 or 3 businesses that I've helped them to go ahead and start. One of them, they're waiting on some patent information from their prototype, and they've gotten approved for that, but they really got some loose ends to tie up with that. So when I work one-on-one with my clients, I get all up in your business, and which is a good way now, in a good way. I get all up in your business so where you can be profitable and successful out here in the world. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about today. We're going to talk about Facebook ads, and we're going to talk about some things I think today about ads and Facebook ads and how to grow your business profitable in ways that I don't think that you probably have. The only way, I put it this way, not the only way, but one of the ways that you probably would have heard more about the things that we're going to talk about today is going to be in someone's class, preferably not really here on social media. And it's going to be the strategies of how all of this stuff is going to help you work. But the main thing is, I want to make sure that you have a few things, that I wrote some notes down here, that I want to make sure that you have these tools in order for this to possibly be beneficial for you. I'm not saying that running ads won't work on a different strategy or a different level, but the way that we're going to talk about it, you're definitely going to get more business and more clients. So anyway, and definitely get in front of the people that may not purchase from you like today, but they will be purchasing from you. So some of the tools that I think I need you to know about having is, and then if you go and click the link on the bio, and I have some information for is on in more in depth on things about the business toolkit. But I'm gonna share some of the ones that is mandatory, which will be beneficial for you to be successful when you are running an ad, whether it's going to be Facebook ads or some other ads, but Google ads or whatever the case may be, TikTok ads, whatever they are. You must have this structure with you to help you to kind of like be able to already being able to target the target audience that you want to have and do business with. And one of the things is going to be having a domain name and having your email system structured and set up, and then you've already getting people to come into your ecosystem. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that about the email, and I'll tell you about that in a few minutes once we get into the Facebook ad information, and then having like your email responder. There's a few things that you do need to have, especially if you're going to make money online, and this is one of them, the email campaign. And then also having a payment processor for you to basically retrieve your funds and retrieve your compensation for your services, or for whatever you're going to sell, or for whatever you're going to give your future clients. Okay. And then also having maybe like a video software, something that's going to help you house your courses and things like that. I'm not talking about the actual software itself. I'm talking about like a video, like a Zoom or something like that, or like a StreamYard, or like a Go Meeting, or whatever it is going to be, whatever you choose to have in your business for as that's concerned. And then a payment processor. You definitely going to have a payment processor in order to be able to retrieve the funds. Okay. To get your compensation. Mm. I'm sorry, y'all. My throat is a little going. We got a little going on here with my throat, so I have to drink a little bit. Okay, now also it would be good in case you need someone, if you're like a coach or you're like a consultant, and you need someone to sign any documents or things like that. You would definitely want to have like a contracting signing software for that, and to help you out in that area. So that would be beneficial for you as well. Now, and then too, also when you're running ads, like I said, you may be running ads for someone to come into your ecosystem for, as you coaching them or something like that. So you may need, sometimes you're not just going to run an ad and have a product there and then they go and click and buy it and go about their business. Sometimes it may be a little different setup. You may, have some running the ads for someone to kind of like you talk to them one-on-one, and they set up a appointment with you. So this is why I told you about the DocuSign thing. That would be beneficial for that particular segment of group who will. And then also, your social media platforms is going to be beneficial for you to do that. And however you're going to market, whatever platform you're going to use to market have your ads ran on. Basically, what we're going to talk about is pretty much going to be across the board around the same things that I think you should do. So just bear with me there. But we're going to specifically talk about a little bit more about Facebook ads. And then also, like whatever kind of course that you're going to create in this process, if you're going to be having a course, a digital course or something like that, you can have what Kajabi has one, Think If It have one, Teachable has one, Udemy, there's a few others out there. You just choose the best ones for you, and you go on about your way and about your day. Now, also having a calendar software is going to be good too, in that a calendar booking system, shall I say, and that's going to help you to either schedule a one-on-one with somebody, or either schedule them to have, set up an appointment with you. So whatever you're running ads about, make sure that you have that ecosystem set up, and then you don't have to just wonder, well, once I run this ad, what's my next step? You would already had that planned out. But these are just some things that I feel like it's going to help you be profitable in your business. And also another one is going to be having your bookkeeping and accounting system set up, because this way you can see what you're doing, how you're doing when it comes down to even running your ads, and then how many is coming through it's coming through your particular system that you've created, and how you can check the metrics, and how you can decide on how you're going to run, how you're going to check and see if your ads are being effective and things like that. So you got to keep up with the data and the numbers. Now, and also using marketing tools like, other than email, doing the text messaging system, using text messaging to help too as well. That will increase your propensity of having more people come through your ecosystem once again. Okay. And now, and also having something like some kind of landing page or something that's going to help you get and put your sales copy up, and give them information and get them to the other end of your opportunity for them. Now, Now, after that, having said that, I want you to know this. Now, all of those things that I just mentioned to you, it's going to they all go together. They all gel together. They all go together to you know, make you profitable. I use them in my business. It works. And a lot of other people I hear use them in their systems and they work. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about more about the what I was talking to you about the 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 Facebook ad. Let me see. Let me get okay. The Facebook ads. First of all, let's talk about the pixel. Okay, now setting up. First of all, go back once you've before let's go back to the beginning, because before you can even set up a Facebook pixel and things like that, you have to have your profile set up. In any of these platforms, you have to have the profile set up, meaning like social media. If you're going to market through social media, you have to have a profile set up first of all. And we talked about that earlier, so I'm not going to get into that, but I do want you to know you have to have a profile set up. You have to have a profile set up. So just remember that. And now in the event, now we're talking about Facebook ads right now, the benefit of that is once you have your profile set up, you will be able to have a business page. You got to set that up. It's different than your normal page. It's not like your ugly, it's just not like having your regular page is not going to give you those opportunities to run an ad, to have a campaign and things like that. Okay. You can't do it that way. Now, after you get it set up, then you go and learn how to create. Well, we'll be talking about that in the video section. So if you're not a part of the community, you need to get a part. You need to be a part of the community. You need to get on our, community list here and text push the dream to 833-247-6465, and I will definitely have you as a part. And then once we do these demonstration lives, you'll be a part of the family, okay? And then you'll be able to see exactly how I'm just what I'm talking about. We'll do that separately in another video. So stay a part, stay a part of the family, stay a part of the push the dream, the push the dreamers, the push the dream universe. We'll say that for today. The push the dream universe over here. We are the ones that's going to push the dreams, and we're going to help everyone that we're supposed to serve be better, right? So that's the God in us doing that. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not us, it's what he's given us to here to do on earth. So that's what I believe. Now, next thing is, after you set up you go ahead and get you identify your Facebook pixel. You want to make sure that wherever you're going to put your sales copy, wherever you have people going to, this is going to be keeping up with, we get into more of this later, this is going to be keeping up with the analytics, the numbers, and the people that are going to your site, and the people that are opting in to your, whatever you have, your free lead magnet and things like that. And see, this is how you're going to see when you're running an ad. Once you get all those things that I just mentioned to you, those business tools, and they are very important. Once you have those, and then you start having people coming to your ecosystem, then your Facebook, you can tell the ads manager, you can tell that to run information that for people that have come to your page, run this information to people that is, you know may have went to a page and didn't get anything and bounced off. So this is why that pixel is so important, so it can keep up with who's visiting your particular sales page, who's visiting your website, who's visiting, anything that you have to offer, who's visiting your thank you page, who's visiting whatever you have to offer. And then also, once this is a little deeper, but once you get all of that information done, then you can create a lookalike. So a lookalike, for your ad, and that we'll talk about the specifics on that. See, this is how to avoid wasting a lot of money with ads. Hopefully I can show you, I can share the screen with you in a few minutes, because I want to show you um one of my clients. We just did a little test ad on a something. It had nothing to do with their product and services, but they were trying to get a, they had a classical car, and they wanted me to help them try to sell it. So I just put it out. I ran an ad for them. This is a smaller ad that I ran for them, but if I'd have kept this ad running, it was doing extremely well according to, the social media platform. So Facebook told me that, Meta told me that this really was, it was really above the rest of the people that ran an ad such as this, simply because I was very intentional on how I targeted and how I identified the avatar. So I think it's on day, I think it was day 6 that I talked about that. So if you want to learn more about what I'm talking about with that, go back to day 6, okay, while it's still up. Now, also, when you are setting up your page, like, you want a custom URL for your business page. Now, you have to have so many pages likes. I think the last, it was, it was under 100 before. So I'm not sure now. I haven't checked lately, but anyway, you got to know what their requirements are before you can have a custom URL, and that is for your business page, not your personal page. For the most part, I'm on my personal page as well as my business page, because if I'm not doing a live, I always post on both pages. So I'm just saying to you, you got to make sure that this is specifically for your business page. Okay. So, and then also, this is when you got to start doing your research on, people out here that have the similar services or business, products like your own. You got to connect. You got to stay busy. You got to maneuver. Do you know every keystroke that you make with your social media? Do you realize that the algorithm is being, it's you waking it up. You're waking it up in your world of how you have, how you use your platform. And so that's why it's good to just look and like and comment on other people's information too as well, because it does something to your particular page. The algorithm, it just like, it's social media, so it like you being social with people. So I'm loving what the opportunities are for growing a business on this platform. I don't, I'm social too, but certain things I don't even want to see. I just don't. So I don't indulge in them. I have time for nothing else but doing the things that I need to do to help me and the clients that I work with. So, and then also, looking and potentially growing the business. Okay. So, next thing we need to talk about this advertising here for us is going to be, deciding on the goals, how much money you're going to spend, and then also targeting the right group of people. And by doing this, after you've set up and after you've, build up your email list, and after you've build up your text messaging list, do you know that you can take your list and match it up, your email list and match it up? You can customize an audience because people are already familiar with you. And then remember this, people purchase from whom they know, like, and trust. And then people purchase and people pay attention to those that they are very familiar with. So when you get you're building up, see, you can't just kiss up on somebody. Can't just meet them the first time and give them a kiss because, they kiss you or whatever the case may be, or you guys all just love it, hub it, all that good stuff. That doesn't happen realistically, and it doesn't have, and nothing's good coming out of it if you do. Okay. So what you want to do is, that's the same as in business when you're dealing with customers and clients. You want to build a rapport with your people. You want them to know you, you know them, and you see whether you guys are a good fit for each other. See if you're not getting some psycho client that's going to ruin your business reputation because they mad with their expectations of what you gave them for as a business transaction was not it. You don't want to do that. Okay, just like the same way you would handle a relationship, or you would be very particular about how close you get to somebody so quickly, then it's the same you that in business. Okay, same way you'll want to do in business. Okay, in the same way you will want someone to kind of get to know you, know what you have to offer, and also know what they need know what they need from you. And then if you guys are a good fit and if you have what they need for as the business is concerned, then guess what, that person is possibly potentially your client, and and y'all can work it out. Now when people text you, you can always use your text messaging list, and if it's a part of Facebook, if their number that they're using is a part of the number that they have associated to their Facebook account, if they are part of your ecosystem, guess what? If they are part of your text messaging ecosystem, guess what? You can market and you can make a custom audience to them and run your ads. So this is why you need to build up. And this is the key really to you getting and building your business. So that's why you hear people tell you, you got to build your list. You got to build your list, whether it's your text list or your email list. These are some things. And this right here is not information that is given. I don't even think people tell you this until you're in the ecosystem. But this is the way, this is the key. So this is why too that you need to be building up and you need to be getting people. I'm not talking about likes and all of this stuff. I'm talking about people are actually on your email list. Nobody knows this but you and them. And I'm talking about people you texting. Nobody knows how many people's on your text messaging list unless you tell them. Nobody knows how many people is on your email list unless you tell them. So stop getting so down and out when you don't have people viewing your things, viewing, have views. A lot of times I don't have a lot of views on certain things I have, but you better believe the list is awesome. The lists are awesome, okay? You better believe it. All right. So this is why sometimes you have to get out and do, promote your business however the way, if you don't want to do live video. I don't like to do live videos either, but I know I got to stay in front of I got to stay in front of my customers. I got to talk to you guys. You got to know me. You got to see what I'm like. So you got to build a rapport with me so where you can do business with me later on, right? So so this is the same thing that, we have what we have to do to get out here and make it happen. Okay. And there are some businesses you don't even have to show your face. There are some businesses that you can just do other things. But hey, there's a time and a place for everything when it comes to business. And there are businesses that, just like I said, you don't have to show your face for. And there are some that really is beneficial for you to, let people know who you are, in talking to them that way. So, it's so versed out here in the world of business. Okay. So you can have it the way you want to have it. Now, I'm going to share a few more with you, and then I think I'm going to stop tonight because I definitely want to sit down and, show you videos of how these kind of like work. And then I'm going to see, can I connect and show you I think I can. I'm going to show you what I was speaking of on the advertisement that I did for a client, and just to show you what happened. Actually, actually wasn't. It was a friend of mine. We said client, but I'm gonna show you what happened to that video. And I think we only ran it for like 7 days, and the information that, how I targeted, it was very detailed, and within that time. I think it was like last month, but I think I did it like during the week. The ad ran then maybe the middle of the week into the next week. But still, we I don't think we didn't put we did like $5 a day on it, really. And so that got them noticed. If the people, they had calls about the product that they wanted people to call them, and they did get calls for that. But even if people were just aware of you, aware that you existed, it means all the advertisement, it was worth it because they knew if they saw your ad, they knew you existed. Maybe they didn't purchase what you may have, but they know you exist. Okay. Alrighty, so that will help in that category. And then also let's get down to the next thing I want to talk about is once you have that your main custom audience, and I mentioned this earlier, you can have a lookalike audience. You can have a lookalike audience is someone that's particular to the same audience that you have accumulated. So you see, once you build a custom audience and you have an audience, then you can customize, you can run another campaign, and you can run, you can run additional ads to a lookalike. So it would be somebody that look just like the people that you have already targeted. So guess what? You done heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So maybe they like the same things, or maybe they would be interested in what you have too as well, especially if the first your custom audience even mention to them about whatever it is that you have that they may have seen or they may be interested in purchase. A lot of us, we don't like people to outdo us. We don't like people to outdo us. And guess what we do? So we go in and we may buy two or three more than the person that told us, because you know I'm right. You know I'm right. We don't like people to outdo us. For the most part, a lot of us are that way. Hey, that's you. That's you. I'm not. I'm secure in me. So I'm just not. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. That's what I am. So, but anyway, the lookalike advertisement or the lookalike audience is going to just be for that. And then also it's different ways that you can segment that out. You can do little different things, but we won't get into a whole lot of that. And then also you can do split tests of these ads. You can, do it just to see what works in this area. And that's what a split test called different campaigns. And then also we'll get into this and another day, probably in a course. I'm not going to just go and give you all of the information. We'll say that for a training, but I do want to say this, that there are specific ways that you can learn to how to advertise, what your advertisement need to look like for the particular audience, because they have a code that they have a way of communicating. They have ways that their language is unique. Your customers, yeah, their language is unique, and there are ways that you can find that out to help you to be able to get them to listen to you, because you want to get their attention. So you need to learn a little bit more about them, right? And that way it will help you to get in front of the people that you need to be in front of and help the people that you need to help. And then guess what? Everybody's happy because you would have solved something for them. Not necessarily a problem. You've given them something maybe possibly that they want. And that it doesn't always have to be about solving a problem. But for the most part, I do know that when you solve a problem, for the most part, it does make a difference. Mm. Okay, well, I'm going to get off, and I hope. Well, wait a minute. Before I do, I did tell you that I want to show you. Let's see. Can I share that? Let me see. Let's see. Present. Let me see. Can I share that? I want to share what I was telling you. I want to share this. Let me see here. I want to share what I was, uh, that is not, let me see. Yeah, here it is. I want to share, this is the article that I was telling you about. What I'm going to do, let me go here to the ad center. This is the ad that I was telling you about. Okay. And I don't know whether you can see these numbers or not, but see, it was, I ran this on another page that I had, but it was post engagements. Okay. Okay, to view the details. Okay, it reached 4,169 people. It had almost 300 clicks, which is 250. 55. Yeah, 255. So let me tell you about this. And then it had it is on a specific date. It was kind of like it shows when the time frame. It shows the date. It was just 7 days. Like I said, it was just a small, short period of time. But as you can see, some days where you see the graph here, some days were peak higher than others. The ad is just showing you how the ad was shown and how many people saw the ad on different days. And each day had its own level of each day had its own level of height. It was one day was higher than the other and things like that. And so I definitely want you to, and then also post engagements. So I had 279 views of an engagement, but the link clicks. That means they clicked on the link that I gave them, and when the link was, it was something more to talk about the purchase, the car. Now just think about this, and I only spent. Well, they only spent $25 and on this particular ad. And just think, if you get in front of 4,169 people with just spending $25. A lot of times we need to do more than that in ads, but I'm just saying that some of you may not have the funding to do, a substantial amount of spend $100 a day and all this kind of stuff, like some people out here are killing it and doing. So I just wanted to show you that. And then also, like I said, the views and details. Let me go here and okay, we let me go here. I wanted you to see, but anyway, the message was, it said that this ad was doing very well than the people that have, than those that have done ads, with this particular, I guess this particular, ad set or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. So I ran this ad for them, and I specifically did extremely, I, I did extremely extensive research on the information before I put the ad out here. I am trying to find. Oh, let me see. No, I'm trying to find. It says something about creating an ad. I was trying to find that. Let me see view results. I was trying to find. Okay, this may be okay. This is it right here. Okay, this is the activity here. Post engagements and show that, and I told you about the clicks, and then also I want to show you that, like, the age. Okay, now this is the age group. Now I did do an age group from like 35 to up in over 60 or whatever, but what is showing me here, now the next time I would run this ad for them, which we're going to do it again, I would run this ad for the, because see, the 30 to 60 to 44, they really didn't. It was only like 1%. I mean, it was less than 1% that that saw it, wasn't interested, because a lot of young folks are not really on Facebook. So I would stay around from 45 to on 65 on up. And as you can see, it was more people, over 50% was, the ad reached the ones that was in their 60s or more so, and even in the 50s was a little higher. So this is intelligence, or this is knowledge. Like I said, the data would tell you the story. This is the data that was going to help me to make a better decision once I run this ad again for them. And like I said, I only spent $25, and I think they got some calls. I think they got like 4 or 5 calls, but I think that's a good return on just spending $25. And then you had, a few interesting people on this particular thing. Because they say if one of the persons would have even purchased the product, just the, I mean, that would have been a 1,000%, return on your investment there. So don't sleep on running your ads, and don't sleep on growing your business and making a profit in your business this way. But we'll get more in depth, and we'll get a little bit more deeper into this another time. But yeah, I definitely wanted you to see that portion of it, and I'm going to stop sharing the video. So just remember, I reached 4,169 people, and I got link clicks was 255, and out of that 255, like 4 or 5 people. So that's 10 per, they always say at least 10% of the people that see your ad or whatever, if you get 10% to even reach out and even be, you know, concerned or even purchase whatever you have, I'm satisfied with that, because the cost per clicks, and that's another thing, you're going to get your cost per clicks under a certain amount too. The average cost for each link, and then it says, let me see what it says. Learn. It's just telling you about this is reading up on the cost per click, but the average cost per click, and it was 10 cent, and I think they said the average one for this one was maybe like 12 or 13 cent. So, and then it said that I did really well with this particular ad. Okay, the number of accounts that saw your ads at least once reach is different from the impressions, which may include multiple views and see multiple people. Somebody might have saw it more than once, and that's a possibility. The number of clicks of the links within the ad that led to advertising specific destinations on or off Meta technology. So it's telling me about the links. And so here again, post reactions, and there were links clicked, and then there was post engagement. So just to let you guys know, okay, and also the placement. Let me say it before I go. Let me also share the placement with you. The placements was like the mobile device, Facebook search, or marketplace mobile, and then it gives you all the details for that. If I click things for all, and then it tells me Facebook Reels. So some people even saw it on Reels, some people saw it on the desktop column, some people saw it on the desktop feed. And as you go down, like Instagram Reels, 4%. So people did see it, but it wasn't as great. And it showed you that the mobile app feed was the one that got the most views. And then also the locations, I put in the parameters of the location. Is showing me here, as you can see, what area was the ones to see. Next time when I run this ad again, definitely I will use this data, use this information too, along with Google Trends, and things like that, because I think I talked to you and I told you how to use Google Trends in order to be able to to see who's interested in what you have to sell. So there's a lot you can do in business. You got to sit down, just take the time out and decide on a campaign, and decide on a plan for how you're going to grow your business, y'all. I'm telling you, it's rewarding, and you don't have to be afraid to get out here and reach out to the people that you want to serve. And if you're new out here in the business world, just don't take your idea for granted, okay? Because you can find your audience, you can find your success in anything you want to do, but you just gotta want to do it, and you got to show yourself, you got to prove to yourself, you got to prove to the God within you that you have what it takes. You got to believe it yourself. You have to believe it yourself in order for it to happen. And I always say, make it happen, Cap. That's all I got to say. So anyway, I hope that helped. And I will see you guys next time. I hope that helped. And I hope that you will be very, hope you will follow some of this information that I gave you and be very attentive to what you have going on, because you going on because you were created for greatness. You have greatness within you. And I will see you on the next video. Okay. All right. Have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye. And take care.